You might not believe this right now, but something amazing is already happening in your life. Even if you don't feel it, even if you don't see the signs just yet, prosperity is not far from you. It's close, closer than you think. The moment you begin to truly believe it, everything around you will start to change. This might sound strange, especially if you've been struggling for a long time. Maybe you've been praying, working hard, doing your best, but still feel stuck in the same place. Bills keep piling up, dreams seem too far, and it feels like you're chasing something that always runs faster than you can catch it. But here's the truth. Prosperity doesn't begin when you get a better job, or win some prize, or meet the right person. Prosperity begins the very moment you change the way you think. It's not about money falling from the sky or some magical moment where everything turns around in an instant. It starts small, quiet, inside your own mind. It begins the second you start to think differently about who you are, what's possible, and what you truly believe you deserve. You've been told for years that life is hard, that money is hard to earn, that you have to wait, work, and wish endlessly before anything good can happen. But those are just old ideas. And you're not here to repeat the past. You're here to rewrite it. You're not here to stay stuck. You're here to awaken. And that awakening begins the moment you decide that things can be different. Imagine this for a second. You're standing in a dark room, thinking there's nothing around you. But the truth is, the room is filled with treasures. You just haven't turned on the light. The moment you flip the switch, everything becomes visible. That's what shifting your thinking does. It turns the light on. It lets you see what's been there all along. The universe isn't hiding anything from you. It's waiting for you to see what it's already prepared. You're not chasing prosperity. It's been chasing you, but you have to stop running from it with thoughts of doubt, fear, and lack. You have to stop saying, "It'll never happen for me," because when you say that, you block the door that's already opening. The moment you believe, truly believe, that you are allowed to prosper, the energy begins to move. Doors open, ideas come, people show up. It may not look like a miracle right away, but it is. Because that small inner shift is more powerful than anything outside of you. You don't need to figure out how it's all going to happen. That's not your job. Your job is to believe that it's already in motion. That's the beginning. That's the key. Don't worry if you've struggled before. Don't think about how long it's taken. Today can be the turning point. This moment right now can be the first step towards something you've never experienced before. All it takes is one quiet, clear decision inside your mind. I believe it's possible for me. And that one sentence can change your life more than any amount of hard work ever could. Because when your mind shifts, your life follows. What you expect is what you attract. What you believe is what you begin to see. This isn't about pretending or forcing anything. It's about allowing. It's about gently letting go of the old stories and beginning to write a new one. So if nothing has worked for you so far, don't give up. This isn't the end. It's the beginning. The shift you've been waiting for doesn't come from outside. It comes from inside. And the moment you choose to see things differently, the moment you start believing in something better, that's the moment prosperity begins. Most people never experience true prosperity, not because they're lazy, not because they're not smart enough, not because they don't work hard or pray enough. It's because they're trapped in a way of thinking that keeps pushing abundance away. This happens quietly. Most people don't even realize they're doing it. They think they're doing everything right. They're setting goals, working long hours, staying positive. But still, nothing seems to change. The problem isn't their actions, it's their thoughts. See, your thoughts are like seeds. Whatever you plant in your mind grows. If you constantly think, "I'll never have enough," or "I don't deserve more," or "prosperity is for other people, not for me," those thoughts become your reality, not because you're cursed or unlucky, but because you keep watering the wrong seeds. There's another big trap many people fall into, and it's something so many of us were taught growing up. It's the idea that you have to suffer to receive blessings, that you must struggle for years before anything good happens, that you're only worthy of abundance if you've worked yourself to exhaustion. This mindset keeps people stuck in cycles of lack because deep down, they don't feel worthy unless they're in pain. But the universe doesn't require your suffering to bless you. It doesn't reward you only when you've had enough hardship. Prosperity is not a prize for the broken. It's a natural state that belongs to everyone, including you. You don't earn it through pain, you allow it through belief. Many people also make the mistake of thinking they have to deserve prosperity. They think, once I fix myself, once I stop making mistakes, once I become a better person, then I'll finally receive the blessings I want. But that's another lie. You are already enough. You don't need to be perfect to be blessed. You just need to believe that blessings are possible, even with your flaws, even with your past, even with all the things you haven't figured out yet. Another reason people stay stuck is because they focus on what's missing. They look at their empty bank account, their unpaid bills, their lack of options, and they focus all their energy on what they don't have. But what you focus on grows. When you focus on lack, you create more of it. When you focus on fear, you invite more of it into your life. You might think, but how can I not focus on what's wrong when everything around me is falling apart? That's a fair question, but here's the answer. You shift your focus not because everything is perfect, but because that's how things become better. You don't wait for proof. You become the proof. True prosperity starts with a spiritual decision, a choice to see your life through new eyes. It's not about money first, it's about mindset. It's not about having things, it's about becoming someone who believes that good things are always possible. When that belief becomes strong, the rest follows. If you've been wondering why nothing has worked so far, maybe it's not your effort that's the problem. Maybe it's the silent thoughts that say, I'm not ready, I'm not worthy, I'm not capable. And once you recognize those thoughts, you can let them go. You can start fresh. You can begin to plant something new. Because you are worthy, you are capable, and you are allowed to prosper, not someday, but now. You don't need anything outside of you to begin the journey toward prosperity, not a special book, not a perfect plan, not someone else's approval. Everything you need is already inside you, right now. This might be hard to believe if you've been told your whole life that success comes from others, that you need to follow a path someone else made, that someone else holds the key to your future. But the truth is, no one can unlock your abundance except you, and the key has always been inside your own mind. Let's make it even simpler. Imagine a lamp that's already plugged into the wall. It has electricity flowing to it. The only reason it's not shining is because the switch is turned off. That's how most people live. They're already connected to the source of prosperity, but their inner switch is off. And all it takes is one decision, one new belief to flip that switch on. When you begin to believe that prosperity is not something you chase, but something you receive, your energy changes. And when your energy changes, your life changes. You become a magnet for blessings. Not because you begged for them, but because you aligned with them. Maybe you've had moments like this before, but didn't notice. Times when things worked out just in time. When someone showed up to help you unexpectedly. When money came from a place you never imagined. Those weren't random. Those were signs that your inner power is already working. And the more you trust that power, the more those moments will multiply. The problem is, we often doubt ourselves. We think that was just luck, or it won't happen again. But when we think like that, we turn the switch off again. We dim our light. We block what's already trying to reach us. Here's what you need to remember. You were not born to suffer. You were born with the power to shape your life. You were born to co-create with a loving universe that responds to your thoughts, your beliefs, and your inner truth. The more you align with that truth, the more life begins to flow in your favor. You don't need to understand everything. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to begin with one simple idea. I already have what I need inside me. That one belief can open doors you never saw before. It can lead you to people, ideas, and opportunities that match your new energy. Don't wait for someone else to tell you it's your time. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Your power begins the moment you say yes to it. The moment you stop looking outside and start listening within. Because the truth is, you are the source. You are the vessel. You are the miracle. The moment you believe that, the world starts to believe it too. And when the world reflects what you already believe inside, that's when prosperity begins to show up on the outside, easily, naturally, and in ways you never expected. You've probably been told your whole life that if you want to succeed, you need to work harder, hustle longer, sacrifice more, and wait patiently for your blessings. And maybe, despite doing all those things, you still feel like you're running in circles. That's because the old way, the way we were taught to think about success and money, just doesn't work anymore. It may have never really worked at all. The old way says you have to earn your worth, that you must prove yourself before you deserve anything good, that blessings are something you fight for, chase after, and struggle to hold on to. But here's the truth. Prosperity isn't a reward you receive after enough suffering. It's a state of being you enter the moment you change how you see yourself in the world. So many people are stuck because they keep repeating the same mental pattern. When I finally get what I want, then I'll be happy, then I'll feel worthy, then I'll feel peace. But the real shift happens in the opposite direction. You feel worthy first. You feel peace now. You act as if it's already yours, and then it begins to show up in your life. The old way says, work hard and hope for the best. But the new way says, align your mind with what you desire and your outer world will follow. That doesn't mean you stop taking action. It means your actions come from a place of faith, not fear, of confidence, not desperation. Most people keep trying to fix their lives without changing the way they think. But it's like trying to clean a dirty mirror by wiping your reflection. You have to clean the source of the reflection, your mind. Otherwise, no matter how much you do on the outside, nothing ever feels enough. The old way also teaches us to focus on problems, to constantly think about what's missing. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. I'm not doing enough. But whatever you focus on grows. If you're always thinking about what you lack, you'll keep attracting more lack. That's how powerful your mind is. It follows your focus. It builds your reality based on your expectations. When you think about money from a place of stress, worry, or fear, you create more reasons to feel that way. You end up trapped in a loop. But when you start to think about money as something that is always available, always flowing, always moving toward you, you begin to feel ease, peace, and trust. And from that place, everything begins to shift. You don't have to keep living by outdated rules. You don't have to follow a system that keeps you stuck. You are allowed to release those old ideas and step into a new way of being, a way that says, I don't have to chase. I only have to align. I don't have to beg. I only have to believe. I don't have to wait. I can receive now. The old way may have brought you here, but it doesn't have to take you any further. The new way is waiting. All you have to do is open the door. The biggest shift you will ever make, the one that unlocks everything, is the shift from wanting to trusting. This one change in how you think and feel can open the path to all the prosperity you've been hoping for. Let's break it down. Wanting sounds harmless. You want more money, a better life, more peace. That makes sense, right? But wanting, when it comes from a place of lack, creates resistance. It focuses on the gap between where you are and where you want to be. And when your thoughts are full of that gap, your energy becomes full of that gap. You start telling yourself, I don't have it. I don't know when it will come. I hope it comes soon. And those thoughts build more delay. Think about it like trying to chase a butterfly. The more you reach for it, the more it flies away. But the moment you relax, the butterfly comes and lands right on your shoulder. That's what trust does. Trust calms your energy. It makes you a match for the very thing you were chasing. Trust says, it's already on its way. Trust says, I don't have to beg or worry, I just need to stay open. Trust isn't pretending everything is perfect. It's knowing that everything is unfolding, that even if you don't see it yet, good things are already moving toward you. When you trust, you let go of timelines. You stop needing proof. You stop checking the clock or the calendar to see if it's working. You know it's working because you can feel it. You carry a quiet certainty in your heart that says it's done. And here's something powerful. The energy of trust attracts faster than the energy of fear. When you live in fear, your thoughts become heavy, tight, and panicked. But when you live in trust, your thoughts become light, open, and peaceful. And from that space, you hear new ideas. You see new opportunities. You meet new people. That's not a coincidence. That's what happens when your inner world shifts. This change from wanting to trusting is not something you force. It's something you practice. You remind yourself day after day, I trust the process. I trust the timing. I trust that what I desire is already mine. And the more you do this, the more natural it feels. Eventually, trust becomes your normal state. And from that state, prosperity flows easily. So stop telling yourself that you're not ready. Stop thinking that you have to work harder to earn your blessings. Start telling yourself the truth. I am already aligned with everything I desire. My trust makes it real. My belief makes it possible. My peace makes it arrive faster. You don't need to want harder. You need to trust deeper. Knowing is the first step. But if you want to make this shift real, you have to live it every day. You don't need a complicated routine. You don't need hours of meditation or stacks of books. All you need is a few simple moments each day where you choose to think in a new way. Let's start with the morning. Right when you wake up, before your feet hit the floor, before you check your phone, before your thoughts run wild, pause, take a deep breath, and say to yourself, today, I choose trust. I choose peace. I choose to believe that I am already aligned with everything I need. Let that be your first thought. Let that be the foundation of your day. Because how you start your morning sets the tone for what follows. Throughout the day, practice something I call faith breathing. Whenever you spend money, even a little, take a deep breath and think, as I give, I receive. Money flows both ways, and it returns multiplied. Say it when you pay a bill. Say it when you buy lunch. Say it when you donate. This simple thought helps your mind release fear and return to flow. If you catch yourself worrying, stop and ask gently, what would someone who trusts say right now? Then say it. Speak it out loud if you can. This practice doesn't erase fear overnight, but it helps you shift the energy in real time. It helps you stay aligned. At night, right before you sleep, take a few minutes to reflect, not from a place of worry, but from a place of gratitude. Think about everything that money has already done for you today, whether big or small. The food you ate, the clothes you wore, the roof over your head. Instead of focusing on what's missing, focus on what's present. This kind of gratitude speaks directly to your spirit and to the universe. You're not doing these things to impress anyone. You're doing them to train your mind, to tell your thoughts over and over again, this is who I am now. This is how I think now. I am not living in fear anymore. I'm living in flow. These simple steps, morning belief, daytime breath, evening gratitude, may seem small, but done daily, they build a new mindset, a mindset that becomes your new normal, a mindset that makes prosperity feel natural instead of distant. And when prosperity feels normal, it begins to appear quietly, clearly, and then all at once. You don't need to be perfect at this. You just need to be consistent. And even when you fall back into old habits, because we all do, you simply return. Return to your breath. Return to your belief. Return to the truth that your thinking creates your life. With each passing day, as you choose these simple shifts, you'll notice something powerful. It becomes easier. The doubt fades, the fear quiets, and what remains is peace, confidence, alignment, prosperity. You'll no longer wonder if it's working. You'll know it's working because your mind feels different. And when your mind feels different, your life begins to look different too. Even when you start to shift your thinking, there will be moments when doubt shows up. That's normal. Doubt isn't a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's a sign that your old beliefs are still letting go. It's a part of the process. You might hear a voice in your head saying, this isn't working, or this is too good to be true, or nothing's changing. That voice isn't trying to hurt you. It's just your mind protecting you. It's your old way of thinking trying to keep you safe. But you're not who you used to be, and you don't need that old protection anymore. When doubt comes, don't fight it. Don't panic. Just notice it. Say to yourself, this is just old programming. I don't need to believe this anymore. Gently return to your new thought. Everything is working, even if I can't see it yet. That's how you stay strong, by coming back to trust again and again. Sometimes you'll also go through what feels like a spiritual dry season. You'll feel disconnected, uncertain, like you're doing all the right things, but nothing is changing. This can feel frustrating, even painful, but these seasons are not punishment. They are preparation. Think of a seed planted in the soil. Before it breaks through the ground, it grows roots in the dark. You don't see anything on the surface, but something powerful is happening underneath. Your season of silence may be the time when your roots are growing deep. Trust that when it's time, you will bloom. And when you do, it will be even stronger and more beautiful than you imagined. Another challenge you might face is the people around you. Not everyone will understand your shift. Some may laugh, some may criticize, some may even try to talk you out of it. And that's okay. You don't need their approval. You don't need them to believe in your vision. You only need you to believe. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You don't have to defend your new mindset. Just smile, send them love, and keep walking forward. Your life will speak for itself. And soon, the same people who doubted you may come asking how you did it. So when doubt rises, when things feel slow, when others question your path, remember who you are. You are someone who chooses faith. You are someone who keeps going even when it's hard. You are someone who believes that better is possible. And that kind of belief can move mountains. As you shift your thinking and build new patterns, you'll start to notice signs, quiet, powerful signs, that your new belief system is taking root. The first sign is how you feel. You might still have the same job, the same bank account, or the same circumstances, but inside, you'll start to feel more peaceful, more trusting. You won't panic when a bill comes. You won't fear spending money. You'll feel a calm sense of, I know it's going to be okay. That peace is a sign that something has changed. Then you'll begin to see little blessings show up. Maybe someone gives you a gift. Maybe you receive unexpected money. Maybe an idea comes to you that leads to a new opportunity. These small wins are not accidents. They're signs that your energy is aligning with abundance. You might notice people treating you differently. Maybe someone compliments you out of nowhere. Maybe you get better service, more kindness, or more respect. This is a reflection of your inner shift. When you feel worthy, the world responds to that feeling. You attract people and situations that match your new belief. Another sign is clarity. You'll start to know what to do without overthinking. You'll feel guided, inspired, like the right steps are becoming obvious. This clarity is a sign that you're no longer resisting. Your path is opening up, and your mind is tuned in to the frequency of receiving. And finally, the biggest sign is when you stop looking for signs. When you no longer need constant proof because your faith has grown strong. When you simply know deep in your heart that the universe is working for you, that's when you're truly aligned. Don't rush the signs. Don't chase them. Just live your truth. Keep your beliefs strong. Keep your trust quiet but steady. The signs will come, and when they do, you'll smile. Not because you were surprised, but because you always knew they would. One of the things that blocks prosperity the most is the need for it to happen now. When you start to feel impatient, when you begin to ask, why hasn't it happened yet? Or, how much longer do I have to wait? You shift your energy back into lack. That's because impatience is rooted in fear. It says, I'm afraid it won't happen unless it happens right now. But the truth is, everything has a perfect time. And when you trust the timing of your life, you stop worrying about when and start focusing on who you are becoming in the process. Think of a tree. You don't plant a seed and check every hour to see if it's grown. You water it. You give it sunlight. You trust that growth is happening even if you don't see it yet. Prosperity works the same way. It grows in the quiet, in the background, in your belief. When you let go of needing it quickly, you make space for it to arrive in the best way. Sometimes what you want is just around the corner, but your impatience slams the door. You stop believing just before it shows up. Remember this, the universe doesn't work on your clock. It works on your alignment, your belief, your trust. The more you let go, the faster things move. But when you obsess over time, you slow everything down. Let go of the calendar. Let go of comparing your journey to someone else's. Let go of thinking it's too late. It's not. As long as you're breathing, you're right on time. Say to yourself, I trust divine timing. I trust that everything is unfolding in my favor. I don't need to control the clock. I only need to stay aligned. And watch what happens when you truly surrender the need for speed. Life starts to surprise you in the best ways. Everything you've been searching for, peace, purpose, abundance, joy, it's already within you. It's not far. It's not complicated. It doesn't live in some distant future. It begins the moment you believe. You don't need more proof. You don't need permission. You don't need the world to change before you start. You just need to decide right now that you are ready, that you are worthy, that your new way of thinking begins today. No more waiting. No more hoping that something outside of you will fix what you feel inside. You are the shift. Your belief is the beginning. Your peace is the power that makes all things possible. So take a deep breath, feel your heart, and say, I believe. Say it softly or say it loud, but say it. Let it rise inside you. Let it echo through your day. Let it be the thought that opens every door. Because prosperity isn't a dream, it's a choice. And the moment you make that choice, You align with everything you've been asking for. Believe now, begin now, the rest will follow.